Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a super exciting recipe. It's one of my favorite dishes. It is Thai coconut shrimp. Absolutely delicious, super perfect for the summertime or honestly any time of the year. I'm going to show you guys the keto friendly version of this recipe so you can enjoy it right at home if you're on a keto or a low carb diet. Let's just jump right in. First thing we're gonna do is prep our vegetables. Now, this recipe can get really complicated, but I have made a super simple version for you all so you can follow along right at home. And no need to take notes. All of my ingredients and instructions are gonna be in my description below. Now, I'm gonna be making a small version of this. This is good for one person, but I will include how much the ratio is for 1 pound of shrimp that I'm gonna be using down below so that you know exactly, you can play around with it if you're gonna make more or less at home. First thing we're gonna do is dice our onion. I have a yellow onion here. I'm just gonna be using 1/4 of an onion for one person. Again, like I said, go to my description, play around with the recipe with how much you actually wanna use and for how much you're gonna be making. A really easy way to dice an onion is you wanna keep this part of the onion on there. I just took off the outer layer already. And I'm gonna be slicing down towards the end, but not cutting all the way through. Once you've done that and you've sliced down to the end of this, down to this end, you're gonna turn it and now you can dice it. Now, when you dice, you're gonna get perfectly tiny cubed pieces. And like I said, I'm using a yellow onion. You can also use a sweet onion if you like, but I wanna keep the carb count down a little bit, so I'm not gonna be using a sweet onion for this particular recipe. Let's just set our onion aside. Moving on to the garlic, we're going to finely chop our garlic. So I'm just going to hit it with my knife like this, and then we're just going to chop. You can also use a garlic press if you don't want to do this, but I like my garlic minced like this for this particular recipe. I'm also going to chop some fresh parsley. Now you can also use cilantro if you prefer, but I like parsley a little bit better in this dish than cilantro. And we're just doing a rough chop. And finally, some basil. The easy way to chop basil is just bunch it all together like this. And then I'm just doing a rough chop. All my vegetables are prepped. I'm gonna season my shrimp now. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Just a splash. We're gonna be cooking it in olive oil, but I like to add the olive oil when I'm seasoning the shrimp itself. That way my seasoning really sticks to the shrimp. And then it's not as, like plain going into oil. I just like to coat it first before I throw it into oil. Gonna add some salt, black pepper, and this is to taste for the salt and black pepper. We're gonna taste it when we cook it to see if we need to add any more or less. So don't overdo it. You can always add more, but you can never take away. So add a little bit of salt and pepper and then play around with it as you're actually cooking the shrimp. And now some smoked paprika. You can also use sweet paprika. And mix everything together. For the Thai coconut shrimp, I really like to have a rice alternative that is keto friendly, and my favorite is riced cauliflower. Now, You can make your own riced cauliflower, but I really like the green giant riced cauliflower. Not sponsored, but I just love these bags. You just throw them in the microwave, make it super easy. Don't have to worry about taking a whole cauliflower, throwing it in a food processor. You guys know I like things super simple. I like a really quick and easy recipe. So we're gonna be using this, and I'm gonna be using the cauliflower medley. This one also has green onion and peas and carrots. Now you can just use the plain one, but I really like this one. It's kind of like almost like a fried rice rather than plain rice. Just gonna throw this into the microwave because this is gonna be our rice for this recipe. You can also saute the cauliflower rice on a pan, but again, we're just trying to keep this super simple. Throw it in the microwave, don't worry about it. Let that be the easiest thing that you do for this whole recipe. My pan is now nice and hot. We're ready to cook our shrimp. I'm gonna take some olive oil, drizzle it on my nonstick pan. You guys already know I love these Tefal pans, not sponsored, but they are just super, super great. They're super easy to clean. They are perfect for cooking, evenly distribute the heat. I absolutely love them. I've lightly drizzled my olive oil, and I'm gonna take my previously seasoned shrimp and throw it onto this pan. We are just gonna cook these until they're ready. My shrimp is almost ready. It's cooked for about 1 to 2 minutes per side. I want it just to be lightly pink, not completely cooked, because we're gonna throw this in at the very end as well to finish cooking. So these look done. I'm turning off my heat. Let's take our shrimp out, and we're just gonna set this aside. Turning my heat back on, we're gonna add in some fresh olive oil. Our pan should still be pretty hot, so no need to wait. The fresh olive oil is in, and I am going to now add in my onions. We're gonna cook these until they're softened. It's gonna take about 2 to 3 minutes. And just saute these until softened. I forgot to mention before, for the shrimp, I like to have the tail off and it completely, like the shell off and deveined and everything. If you want to keep the shell on and you like to actually eat it out of the shell, you can do that. You can leave the tail on, but I just like to eat it with the rice, not have to worry about taking the shell off or tail off. So that's based on your preference, and this is just the way that I like it, is without anything on it. My onions are looking good. They are nice and fragrant. I'm gonna cook it for another minute or two, and then we'll be ready to add in our other ingredients. My cauliflower rice is ready. I'm just gonna let it sit in the microwave to cool down while we finish cooking our shrimp. I like to throw in my cauliflower rice a little bit early because I like for it to cool down a bit while I'm finishing everything up. But if you wanted to make the shrimp first and then work on the cauliflower rice later or separately, you're welcome to do that. I just don't like when it's too hot while I'm assembling the whole dish. My onions are looking good. They are nice and translucent. I'm now going to add in my garlic. And we're gonna add in some of our basil. We're just gonna saute this for about 20 to 30 seconds just to let it get fragrant. That looks good. And now let's add in some diced tomatoes. Now these are no salt added diced tomatoes. I would recommend you use that again with the salt. You just wanna make sure you're not over salting this dish. It's much easier to add salt. You can't take away salt. And we're just gonna cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. Let the moisture evaporate and let all of our tomatoes soften and cook down. I love how colorful this dish is. It's so pretty, it's so fragrant, full of vegetables, full of nutrients. It really hits the spot. This is like one of my favorite things, and especially with the coconut milk that we're gonna be adding later on, it's just It's just like really light and super, super delicious. I love enjoying this in the summertime, and this is such a fan favorite. This is a perfect dish to have if you're like having friends over, having a dinner party. This is a really easy dish that you can make and everybody will enjoy it. It already smells so fragrant and delicious in here. Basil is just such a powerful herb. I think it really complements honestly everything. I put basil like in anything that I can. I throw basil in. I also throw spice in. If you guys like spicy, you can add some spice to this. I know, shocker, I'm not gonna be adding spice this time, but if you wanted to, you could add some chili powder or some like red chili pepper flakes. That would be super delicious in this. You can also at the very end add some like fresh green chili or Thai chili. If Thai chili is a little bit too much for me, I can't handle Thai chili, but if that's what you like, this is perfect for this dish as well. This might be one of the few dishes that I actually don't make super spicy, which I know if you guys have been on my channel before, you guys have made my recipes, you know, if there's a way that I can make it spicy, I usually do. That is perfect. Our moisture is basically gone for the most part. And now I'm gonna be adding the star of our show, which is the coconut milk. This is unsweetened coconut milk, guys. We're low carb, keto friendly, sugar free. We're not gonna be adding any sweetened coconut milk. Just drop it right in there. Oh, it's so delicious. Mix everything together. We're gonna let this come to a simmer and simmer for 5 minutes. Our coconut milk has cooked down and I'm gonna add my shrimp back in. Now I don't like when this, for my preference, I don't like when it's super saucy. I like when there is like a balance and it is, you know, more, not as liquidy. But you can add more coconut milk or more diced tomatoes or, you know, not cook it down as much if that is your preference. I'm just cooking this to my preference. So if you like it a little bit more saucy, add just a little bit more coconut milk than you would as I've described it below. My shrimp is back in. We're just gonna let this finish cooking for another minute and then it'll be ready to serve. Now for our final touches, I'm gonna add some fresh lime juice. Gonna add some fresh parsley and fresh basil. And this is our delicious, keto-friendly, low-carb, low-calorie Thai coconut shrimp with cauliflower, fried rice. I cannot wait to dig into this, you guys. Let's get some of our shrimp, this delicious sauce, some of our cauliflower rice. Just look at how delicious this is. So much color, it's gonna have so much flavor, so light, very filling, and absolutely delicious. Cheers, guys. This is wildly good. It is so refreshing, like I said. This is gonna become one of your new favorite dishes to make at home. It is so easy. It replaces that craving you have for Thai food. You get Thai takeout. It's just such a great alternative with the cauliflower rice. This particular cauliflower rice, I honestly do not miss regular rice at all just from eating this. And I absolutely love making this dish, like I already said. This is a perfect summertime dish, low carb, keto friendly, low calorie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what Thai dishes you like, what you want to see me make next. Also make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps my channel out. Also hit that notification bell to never miss a tasty upload. Till next time.